The MotoGP world is heating up again ahead of the Brazilian GP after surprising news emerged involving Marquez, Valentino Rossi and Marco Bezzecchi. A rather shocking admission from Rossi immediately became a hot topic in the paddock, as his statement was said to be related to the strength of the riders and their chances of fighting for victory in the upcoming race. The situation has even led many analysts to start speculating about how it could affect Marquez's performance and Bezzecchi's chances on the track. Could Rossi's admission influence Marquez's chances at the Brazilian GP? Let's discuss. The 2026 season has only just begun, but the competitive atmosphere in MotoGP has already become extremely intense since the opening round. Many riders have arrived with big ambitions to fight for the World Championship. However, public attention has once again turned to one big name, Marquez, who is now racing for the Ducati Lenovo team factory squad. Meanwhile, Marco Bezzecchi has been delivering outstanding performances with Aprilia Racing. The young Italian rider opened the season in an impressive way and immediately sent a strong signal that he is ready to become a serious contender in the battle for the world title. In the opening race at the 2026 Thailand MotoGP, Bezzecchi secured pole position and then went on to win the main race with an almost perfect performance. That victory quickly led many analysts to include his name among the candidates for this season's World Championship. Valentino Rossi himself did not hesitate to give high praise to his protégé. According to him, Bezzecchi is currently in the best form of his MotoGP career. Rossi even described him as one of the hardest working riders on the grid. That dedication is clearly visible during training sessions at Rossi's legendary training facility, the VR46 Ranch. At this location, riders from Rossi's academy are pushed through a variety of demanding physical and mental training routines. Rossi revealed that Bezzecchi is often the fastest rider even during casual training sessions. This makes him confident that the Italian rider has great potential to become a world champion in the future. However, despite the high praise, Rossi remains realistic about his protégé's chances in the 2026 season. According to Valentino Rossi, the biggest obstacle for Marco Bezzecchi in defeating Marquez is not rider ability, but the strength of the motorcycles they use on the track. Currently, Bezzecchi rides an Aprilia machine that has shown rapid development over the past few seasons. The bike has started to compete at the front and has even delivered several surprising performances. However, Rossi believes its performance is still slightly below the Ducati machine used by Marquez. On the other hand, Marquez has a motorcycle package considered one of the most complete and competitive on the grid, the Ducati Desmosedici from the factory team. This bike is known for its advantages in acceleration, braking stability, and top speed on the straights. According to Rossi, the combination of Marquez's natural ability as a world champion and the strength of the Ducati machine makes the Spanish rider an extremely difficult opponent to beat under normal conditions. Rossi even stated that defeating Marquez with a technically slightly slower motorcycle is a very difficult task, and it could almost be considered impossible to do consistently throughout an entire season. In his view, in modern racing like MotoGP today, motorcycle performance and technology have a huge influence on the final results on the track. That statement immediately sparked debate among MotoGP fans. Some agree with Rossi's analysis and believe Ducati's technical advantage has indeed been a key factor in its dominance in recent seasons. However, others still believe Bezzecchi has the potential to create a surprise, especially if Aprilia continues to improve the performance of its bike in the upcoming rounds. Interestingly, despite being considered a championship favourite, Marquez's start to the season did not go entirely smoothly. In the sprint race in Thailand, Marquez had to accept a penalty that caused him to lose an important position. Misfortune struck again in the main race when he was running in fourth place and beginning to chase the riders ahead. The bike he was riding suffered a rear tyre blowout, forcing him to retire from the race early. The incident was certainly a blow for the Ducati team, which had hoped to open the season with a victory. Even so, many observers believe that the setback is only temporary. Marquez is well known as a rider who often comes back even stronger after facing difficulties. On another occasion, Marc Marquez also shared his views about the difference between a rider who is simply fast and one who truly has a world champion's mentality. According to him, almost every rider on the MotoGP grid possesses extraordinary speed. They have all gone through a long and highly competitive journey from junior classes such as Moto3 and Moto2 before finally reaching the Premier class. That process ensures that every rider who makes it to MotoGP already has extremely high fundamental racing ability. Because of that, speed is no longer the main differentiating factor at the highest level. Marquez believes that what truly separates a world champion from the rest is the ability to handle pressure and difficult situations throughout the season. A rider is not only required to be fast in one or two races, but must also maintain consistent performance from the beginning to the end of the season. Modern MotoGP requires riders to face more than 20 races in a single season with a wide variety of track conditions. Some circuits are fast and flowing, while others are highly technical and demand extreme precision. Changing weather, team strategies, tyre management and pressure from rivals all become crucial factors that every rider must manage effectively. Marquez emphasised that a world champion must be able to read race situations extremely quickly. They must know when it is the right moment to attack and fight for position, and when it is wiser to play it safe to secure valuable championship points. This ability to make decisions within seconds, he said, is a defining trait of riders with a champion's mentality. He also added that experience dealing with many difficult situations throughout a career plays a major role in shaping that mentality. Riders who have crashed, suffered injuries, or lost championship opportunities often return with a much stronger mindset. It is through those moments that the character of a true champion is truly forged on the MotoGP track. Throughout his MotoGP career since his debut in 2013, Marc Marquez has proven his ability with numerous impressive statistics. He has achieved dozens of victories, hundreds of podium finishes, and many pole positions, making him one of the most successful riders in the history of motorcycle racing. Overall, Marquez has collected 9 World Championship titles across all classes. These achievements further strengthen his reputation as one of MotoGP's living legends. However, for Marquez, success does not come solely from natural talent. He emphasised that hard work, consistency, and the ability to manage pressure throughout the season are the key factors in winning a world championship. The upcoming race is scheduled to take place in Brazil, specifically at the Autódromo International Ayrton Senna circuit. This round is predicted to be very exciting because many riders want to improve their results after the opening race. Fans are now waiting to see whether Bezzecchi can prove that Valentino Rossi's prediction is wrong, or whether Marc Marquez will once again show that he is simply too strong. What do you think? Write your opinion below.